autonomy, this is very much about the sense of being in control and having a choice. What we find in the research and in the studies that we conduct is that people who have autonomy are able to sustain efforts, they display higher performance levels and goal achievement, and they also demonstrate higher level of enjoyment and satisfaction. In fact, they're more likely to achieve even changes that are imposed on them or that people recommend they do even if they didn't come with that insight themselves. We see it with studies about people who decide to quit smoking, people who lose weight, and people who embark on changes on developing specific new behaviors in the workplace. So the question to be asked is, could you as a manager actually contribute to increasing sense of autonomy amongst your people? My answer is absolutely yes. And it's actually quite simple. It starts with just involving people, involving them in the way you go about setting goals for the implementation of that behavioral change. It's about involving and engaging them with coming up and brainstorming different implementation ideas. And it's also about involving them as to the degree in which they're ready to embark on that change, asking them whether they're ready for it or if they need to go through some more preparation in order to be able to go and pursue this. Most important here in this process is to get the tone right, because behavioral changes that are assigned by a manager could be as effective as one that are chosen by the individual, as we discovered in the research, but that is true as long as the manager is respectful, polite, and genuinely listens to what it is that the employee has to say. So try to think about that tone. Try to actually free some time to listen to them and for them to feel that they're being heard. And the last but not least about increasing people's sense of autonomy is about offering choice. It's about giving people the feeling that they're in control, that it's not about you calling the shots and deciding. It's about them having options. It's about them establishing the guidelines of how it is that they want to pursue this. In fact, there's a very interesting set of experiments that were conducted in different cultures that were looking at the importance of giving choice to people as an element of increasing their autonomy. These studies were looking at charity donations and the level in which people engage in that. We learned from the research that across cultures, when you're trying to ask people to donate money to charity, it's around 10% of the population that would actually sort of like open their purse or go into their pocket and put money in. They also discovered that when an experimenter goes on a bus and stands there in front of the driver, in front of all of the passengers on the bus, and turns to the audience or to the crowd and says that he forgot or she forgot his wallet and that they don't have money to take the bus, and they're asking people if they would be willing to pay for their bus trip, it's around 10% of the people who would actually extend that offer. What is astonishing about this research is that when those people asking for that charity or for that bus donation added just a very simple statement saying, "You are free to choose whether to help me or not," that donation increased from 10% up to 50%. It's giving people choice that has actually created more of a behavioral change by giving them the feeling that they're autonomously making that decision, that they're not being pushed or coerced into making that donation.